afternoon, it's Elaine with Elaine's Custom Cards, and I have a new card for you today. I'm calling this Parisian Blossoms Thank You card. I'm using one stamp set and one die. The rest of it's just all cut out cardstock and DSP and ribbon. So let's get started. I'll tell you what I've got here. This is Petal Pink cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. That's going to be our base. This is for the inside, and I've already stamped it. I used a big thank you, Friends Are Flowers in the Garden of Life, right here. And then I used this little squiggly line there for the top, above and below it, and I stamped that with Pool Party. It's over here. And then I die cut this thank you out using the thank you thinlits die. There's just one in there, and it was a bundle, not in this last catalog, but the one before. So you can buy them separately, or if you don't want to use this, you can just stamp a thank you on this. You can do what you want with this. I just thought it looked good. I die cut this with the champagne foil, and I used a piece that was 3 1/4 by 2 1/2, and it just fit if you kind of turn it at a little bit of an angle on there. And the secret to getting this to come out of the die is to put wax paper. You put your cardstock or your foil down, then you put a piece of wax paper, and then you put your die like this on top of it. Put your die on there, and then it comes out really nice. I didn't do that with this one, so it was a little harder to get it out. So this piece of Pool Party is 4 by 2 5/8. The DSP from this is the Parisian Blossoms Specialty DSP. It's got the champagne foiling on it, and this is the other side. This also is this is 4 by 2 5/8. And I have a piece of basic black cardstock that's 5 3/8 by 4 1/4. And then the Whisper White for the inside is 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. And this will all be in my blog, so if you push the little down arrow in the lower right corner, it'll take you to there's a link for my blog. So let's go ahead and, since I have this done, let's go ahead and glue this to the inside. And then that'll be done. This is a really basic, simple card. You could use an embossing folder and emboss it before you glue your thank you on there. I would use this subtle embossing folder, I think. And I would probably, if it was me, and I didn't do that on this card, I would, I'm going to glue this and this. After gluing this, I would run it through the subtle embossing folder, or just this piece. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue this to the top of this black. I chose black because there's black in this, and I thought it looked kind of help define the DSP. So it didn't, when I put it on here, it just made it pop. I guess that's the word I want. So now I'm going to glue this piece to the bottom. And it's going to overlap this piece just a little bit, because you want to get the margins just about the same. I guess it didn't really overlap, did it? That's okay, because we're going to put ribbon over the top of it, so it doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is take my silicone mat, and I'm going to put little dabs of glue on the back of this. I tried using a sponge and I just made a mess. So we're just going to tap glue on here. Just lightly tap. You can use the fine tip glue pen if you want. It doesn't take a whole lot. You just want to make sure that your little areas aren't going to pull up. So I just tapped it on here, just like so. And if you got too much, kind of wipe it off so it doesn't ooze over the edge. Just like that. It will make your foil a little bit dull, and it's hard to wipe it off. So you just wipe off what you think is excess. Doesn't take much. You just want to make sure it stays stuck down. I did it mostly on the wide part, and then just put tiny bits on those edges there so that they wouldn't pull up. Okay. Once you do that, very carefully pick it up. You can do that without dropping it. Sometimes my fingers don't work and I drop stuff, so. Then you're just going to center this right here on this. And leave enough space at the top for your ribbon. Just like that. Looks like I got a little bit of glue right there. Yeah. Okay. Then I took my ribbon, and as is my custom, I tied it around something because I like the bow already attached. And then I want it over towards the right, so you're going to want to make sure that you leave enough tail over here to tuck it under. Right about there. Cut it. And then I put a glue dot on the back of the bow. And then I just set it down there. Right over the top of that seam. Just like so. And you kind of just adjust it to the right or the left, whichever looks best to you. And then I just took tape, a couple pieces of Scotch tape, and taped this to the back. That way you're not wasting ribbon. Although I tend to have plenty of ribbon. This is beautiful ribbon. It's the petal pink. It's in the mini catalog part of this suite. Okay. And then I took Stampin' Dimensionals, and these are just cut the edges. And so we're just going to use the edges. This back of this. I put quite a few because this is a big panel, and I didn't want it sagging when it went through the mail, so I used quite a few. And I think I'm going to put some there. I know, it's probably overkill. I don't care. Have lots of edges. So then we're going to pull these off. This card's almost done. Like I said, it's pretty simple. And the only stamping was the stamping I did on the inside. So take this. Okay, I'm going to center this on the front of my card. Best I can here. Got a very, very thin border. Okay. Now I'm going to take these rhinestones, and these are part of this suite as well. They're the champagne rhinestones. And I'm going to put 3 on here. Just like so. Okay. And that's the card. Like I said, it's a really simple, quick, easy card. You can use an embossing folder on here, kind of dress it up a little bit. Or you can, I didn't really want to do any stamping because I wanted my thank you to kind of pop out without having to put it on dimensionals. Anyway, that's our card for today, and all the products and dimensions I used will be on my blog. Be sure and when you go to my blog, sign up for emails, because I'm going to start sending out newsletters via email. So if you want my newsletter, you need to sign up on my blog. And if you want to order any of these products, you can go to my website, elainedotsons.stampinup.net, or if you go to my blog, there's a link that says Shop Now. If you want to save 20% on your products, you can sign up as a demonstrator and just choose Join Now and sign up under me. So you have a blessed day and have fun stamping.